Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you getting ready for church?
No,
Uh,
darling.
okay.
No. I sure am glad to hear from y'all.
Yeah, we just talked to Morrison and
That's who I was thinking about calling, and I didn't know how he felt. You know,
oh, he's on a job. He didn't have that biopsy.
I know Hardy called me last night nearly crazy because Cyrus just didn't have that biopsy.
So
Well,
they scheduled him again, but his doctor neighbor asked him if he'd go if he could get it, scheduled sooner. So,
um, let's see. I told Hardy Cyrus was a lot like me, but I just wanted to break and run at all the tests that I've been going through. They made out I had the x-rays and saw in my blood cells that my CT125 was elevated and stuff. Cancer might be active and this and that and other. I had to go in for a, what do you call it, biopsy.
yeah,
Then it was okay.
good.
Darned if they didn't call me back the next week and say they were worried about that. So could they do a CAT scan? Well, I did that Wednesday. Dr. Ware, and she's a woman and I love her, called me Thursday afternoon and said it was okay, that thick lining in the uterus was fibrosis.
Yeah.
So, but what I'll tell y'all right off is that S is real low. And that's what I was thinking about calling Cyrus, because the boys have been upset because they couldn't go see her.
Why is she in ICU?
She's not in ICU, but Charlotte, I believe she's slipping away. We've not been able to get any word from up there till I got outdone last night. But they never had reconciled themselves to the fact that this could be
Yeah.
the way it went.
Yeah.
And you too, pray for that family.
Yeah.
James Ward called me one night and said, Kathleen just told me that Aunt Essie had hip replacement. That's what took Mama. I said, I know it, son. But anyway, developed pneumonia. They moved her to therapy Friday evening, which was 1 week exactly. And she developed pneumonia, double pneumonia.
No, well, that's not good.
He had them to call me and tell me. He said, what else you want me to tell her? That was just that she had pneumonia in both lungs. Well, I just sit here all evening and into the night, and I got real outdone, and I got angry.
Yeah.
I called, dialed Ed's number at home, and he said, well, I said, Ed, it's funny to me that y'all think I don't want to hear. Well, Kathy called me at 3 and told me that Essie said to tell me that. I never heard another word. It was 10:30, and I called him, and he said, we don't know. Said it seems like it's right back where we left it. Said, me and Kathy came home a while ago, and Christy was going to spend the night, and said we just have got in good, and she called and said her temperature was going back up, and now it went to 105, y'all. Said it was 103, and we was fixing to get in the car to start back up there, and Barbara called and said it was back down to 101, not to go. Okay, well, that's the way I went to bed. And about 8, he called and said that his mom's not doing good, and they're putting a needle, Mark, you and Charlotte may know something about this, I don't, in her neck.
Yeah.
They're watching for clots, and I don't get it. She had to have 2 pints of blood, and I'm wondering if that could be a poison. But the doctors told him she has an infection in the intestinal tract. And let me think. Well, leaves me, comes and goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said she's not doing good at all. He said, sounds like he's the only one that's going in the room. When it's a little room. And Letty told me it was, in therapy, and they just put you in there, just so you'll be right there on the floor where the therapy is. It's called life care.
Mm-hmm.
And said it's in the room. But they're working with her, y'all, and the doctor, Ed asked the doctor, should Jerry come? Now, I told him twice he needed to come.
Yeah.
I told Kathy a week and a half ago, and I told Barbara yesterday. So Ed asked the doctor this morning. He said, yeah. He said he don't have to, break the speed limit. But, yeah, call him.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling y'all all the bad news up front. Pray for that family.
Well, excuse me, I've got so much
Charlotte,
congestion.
you know that me and Reba both, and I promise you, I think it's the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I was doing what I thought good. Both of us, and we're not together now. Both of us have taken. She's forced. I'm building up congestion, nose running. This is fresh.
Yeah.
Got nothing to do with the old.
No.
Having to stay here and kind of doctor, and I'm learning a lot about our body.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this stuff we don't have no control over.
That's right. That's right.
Now, tell me about y'all.
Well, we had talked to Si Morrison, and he was talking about, having to go to the doctor up there at the VA and everything.
You know what? That's what I was going to call him. We got excellent care at the VA.
Yeah.
He told me I don't like to wait.
Well.
If he had have been with me and Randy and me and Jean
Mm-hmm.
At LSU and the VA, you would learn to wait.
That's right.
Because when we waited, we got excellent care.
Yeah. But he said, he told us something you had said, that he said when those doctors get a hold of you, they start wanting to do tests and wet tests, and said like Billie said, it's like being on that spinning Jenny at Betty Virginia Park. The only way you can get off is to jump.
I did, or it throw you off. But see, I was so angry because I was in the doctor's office about every other day. Now I'm better, and I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
But I do think I pulled out all of my, the warnings and so forth on all my medications.
Mm-hmm.
And by darned if I wasn't taking about most of them, because blurred vision, ringing in the ears, nausea.
Yeah.
Everything that I have.
Yeah.
And that when you put about 5 of them together, honey, you've got a problem.
Right. Right.
I told him, I told Hardy last night, I think I've been over-medicated. And nobody's watching that.
No, but
but me.
Every medication you take has side effects.
But when you lump up about 5 with the same side effects, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Didn't you told me about a cartoon one time that you cut out.
Oh, I've got it. I think I'll send it to you. I passed it around the other night. Oh, I did. I passed it around the other night. A man getting up off the doctor's table, buttoning his shirt. Oh, but I want some copies first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got it laying in there on the dining table, but I'm in my room. Now, he had a stack of prescriptions that looked like he's cleaning out the file.
Mm-hmm.
One hand underneath and one on top. So now this first prescription, I don't know what for, but said it can cause a heart attack. And the second one will cut down the chances for a heart attack, but might cause, and it went on for about 6. And in that old man's face in that cartoon. And see, that's about the way I am.
Yeah.
Every time as he got lower, it got worse.
Yeah, I'm on 7 a day, 7 different
pills. I'm on 8, baby.
Yeah.
And when all of them go to reading just to lie about the side effects, I said, wait, Lord, let me read this again.
But they're supposed to help through all that. They're supposed to help something.
You're right. Help something.
Yeah.
Oh, so dumb. When he was young, we were all so scared of tornadoes that we didn't have good sense. But he said it come up the ungodliest cloud that in his young life he ever saw. May have been at Morrison's place. Anyway, Joe was coming with his mule, and he said he's young, he wanted some encouragement. But he said, that looks like a tornado coming. Joe said, it'll do, look like something. And he said that was all the consolation he got.
Something.
Okay, well, let me move on. Run my mouth. But I'm run out.
Well, you've told us everything there was to tell, I believe.
Like turning on CNN.
Yeah.
Rita called me a little bit ago and said for me to turn on CNN. That it was, I hadn't had the TV on this morning. That it was bad. Streaming in from South Louisiana.
Yeah. Toby's in-laws have all hit up.
Really? I forgot about them. They did last time.
And said the parents came in last night, and there's 8 or 9 more headed that way.
Well, Rita told me that Freya's daughter, she's a nurse, Molly, at Willis Knight North, said she and her husband were headed for Ruston with the Red Cross. Now, way up in Ruston.
Well, they have to be, be out of somewhere, and then
they have to stop when they find out everything up here is filled up. They got Monroe, Ruston.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid, y'all, if I had to run this morning, I wouldn't get far.
Well, but so thank goodness you don't have to run.
No, unless it comes to terrific flood.
Yeah.
That could come falling off such as this.
Yeah.
When they called Jerry to come, he was fearful of the weather, and if I were he, I'd come on.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what I told Kathy and Barbara. I said Jerry should come.
That's right.
And they didn't seem to agree with me. Effie had told him do not come, but Essie's not able now to say anything. But I told both of them, I said he needs to come. And I told whichever one I talked to yesterday, he needs to come. She very well may be waiting on him.
That's right. That's right. Just like Aunt Catherine was waiting on Grandma to come.
And
we went to get her.
was waiting on you, Grandma.
Yeah.
To get in.
Yeah.
People don't believe that such as that goes on. I do.
Yeah. Me and you went and got Grandma.
Yeah, and Mama stood up. Charlotte, that reaches my heart out. And said, Catherine, Mama's here. And she pretty soon was gone.
Yep. But she was saying something, and nobody was paying attention. And I kept looking, and I said, she's saying Mama. And that's when we went.
Did we race?
Mm-hmm.
She just wouldn't go. Wouldn't go. Doctors didn't understand it. Don't you know, in their profession, they see a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
That they wonder about.
Well, they shouldn't wonder.
I told Reba I went to see my up there for a pulmonary, my lung surgeon, a lung specialist. And I said, he was cutting up and carrying on and said, oh, we're going to get you better. And I said, he got up and he's tall. He must be 6.5 feet.
Mm.
He got up, and I said, I noticed his eyes rolling toward my stomach. I was sitting on a stool. See, I have 3. So he just couldn't resist it any longer. You could see it, and I thought, what is he looking at? So as he got up to turn around, he punched me in that lower ridge a couple of times and flew out of the door. And I said, Reba said, well, now, you know what? I'd have slapped his face. I said, because I wouldn't have known what he's reaching for. And I said, no. He thought he was witnessing a medical breakthrough. Had to be that.
Well,
he couldn't believe it.
Mm.
Then they sent me for all the CAT scans and everything.
Yeah.
I figure they're all working together against me.
Yeah, for him that was odd. Most doctors would say, well, I want to tell you what they're fixing to do.
No, he did it just like he's on a run. And I said, well, I do have 3 stomachs. And he was reaching for he wanted to punch that bottom one. Don't you mind to see if it was soft or hard?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I guess he thought my lungs fell down there.
I don't know, or a tumor or something.
That's what he said, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He said, the next time he does that, you tell me that you don't know what he's reaching for. Well, it's well covered.
I think I've got 2 at this point myself.
You'll have 3. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You know, when Ed thought she's dying and had him to holler into Rudolph and this is Ridge up under her breath.
Uh-huh.
And he burst out laughing. He examined her and said, fat.
Oh.
But now, come again at me about y'all. You were going to look for a job the last time I talked to you.
Well, I got hired, and I was in class last week, and I'm got another week of training class this week, and I have an option to stay a 3rd week before I come home. I'll be working from home. Taking AAA calls, for emergency roadside.
You are kidding.
No, I'm not.
Is God good?
Yes. I had to start my Social Security because I didn't have any money coming in.
I know it's 62.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And I think when you figure, everybody's telling, now it's that way, but later on we don't know.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it to 65. I didn't think I was going to make it to 62.
I didn't either. And I didn't think I was going to be able to work.
Right.
And then I had to keep working and just make the limit.
Yeah.
And then, because I was paying $200 a month private insurance, $2,000 deductible.
Mm.
You girls have not been down no road that I have traveled.
And your limit back then was probably real.
It was. Well, my limit anyway. I worked for Ted for years and nothing withheld. Or nothing. I withheld it, but nothing was ever sent in.
Oh.
No. And I applied. Honey, I didn't know if I'd get a penny. Then, and mine was about half of what Gene's was.
Mm.
But when he passed away, they took the one that I would make the highest.
Yeah.
I sat right there and asked them to do it.
Yeah.
And I got the best. I got the highest, which still is not much of a living.
Oh, no.
But it kept me having to go out again and work.
Yeah.
Because I would have tried.
Yeah.
We're like that.
Yeah, you got to do.
Five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I got a car note and this house note.
And at that time, I had a house note and a car note.
And Mark, if it wasn't for Mark, I'm telling you, he pays the utilities
You
and.
don't think God intervened?
Oh yeah.
I don't see how we could be anything but joyful
Oh.
at the way He's handled our lives,
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte.
And one of the, I almost said weird, but it's not. When we bought this house, you know, I live upstairs and Mark
I know.
lives downstairs. Well, there was already two separate phone lines in the house. My the bedroom that I have my computer, my office set up in, has a phone jack, but that phone jack is to Mark's number downstairs. And Mark downstairs by he's got an extra phone jack that rings is my line. And the phone man that came out, we were going to have them switched. So all the jacks up here were my number and all the ones down there were his number. Well, the phone man could not figure out how to do it. So we just left it that way. We don't use those phone jacks. You know, we have other ones that we can plug into that are the right numbers. So now that I've got this job, one of the requirements is that I have a separate line, dedicated line, just for AAA calls. So Mark has agreed to give up his phone number and just have a cell phone. So that jack in my office is that line that belongs to him. And now all I've got to do is plug into it and get AAA calls.
Well, just see, I call that divine intervention.
Yeah, it was God already knew when we came here that I was going to get that job, evidently.
God knew.
Yeah.
What is it in Jeremiah? I know plans I have for you, not to harm you, but to prosper you.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you another divine intervention. Monday, Alan had to take me by the doctor's office to get a blood check. They called it pre-op.
Mm-hmm.
Then over to the hospital to get that barium CT with all the instructions. Then Wednesday, I had to start that.
Cleaning out.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Oh.
Did you know that constipated me? And I realized that was not what it was for.
Oh, after the test.
No, it was before.
Oh.
And I thought, I drank half of it, like they said. It was to drink half at 7:30. Child, it must have just locked me up. I waited to stay up all night. Woke up at 7:30 and drank the rest of it. And Reba took me. Got to South to show you how God works. Would say I'd say, yes, I can't come. Oh, I know it. Don't you dare. So we got South Park Hospital at 9:15. I thought we're so proud of ourselves. No water, no nothing. But she registered us admissions. Somebody come up from the back and said our computers is down. They'll have to go to Piermont. Well, I got so mad. Till I just thought I was going to have a stroke. And Reba said, well, we'll just go, pushing me in a wheelchair. They think I can't walk. But we got over to Piermont. And, of course, they had sent everybody from South along with their patients. So we sat. And they got me and put dye in the vein. Then took me back out front. Then finally got me in there. And kind of scared me. So, but anyway, got through, and Reba asked them, said, where can I get her some coffee? She's in a foul mood. And they told her on the second floor was the family room. And Reba pushed me in there, gave me a cup of coffee, and I began to come to, and I I had said this, and don't ever let it be known. I said, Reba, I'm so sick. If we see, that was a hospital issue, I said, if we see any of the Kennedys, we'll, of course acknowledge it. But I said, if not, I want to go home because I'm too sick. Well, I finished the coffee and I said, Reba, ain't no way that I can leave from under this roof without going up there. Well, they've given her a breathing treatment, but see, she was completely lucid. And Letty was standing over in a corner, and I turned. The